Hey guys, thank you for joining me today. There's a lot of different things going on in healthcare, all right? So if you're a pharmacy student, a new pharmacist, or even a pharmacist who's been practicing a while, we see that the healthcare landscape is constantly changing, especially with drug therapy, new drugs, drug shortages. So pharmacists is being called on to do a lot with little resources. All right. So today I want to talk about the keys to becoming a medication expert. All right. So when I was growing up in Chicago, I played a lot of different sports. The three sports that I had in my neighborhood was football, basketball, and baseball. And and I love basketball. And I grew up in the Midwest during the Chicago Bulls era, were arguably the best basketball player, and Michael Jordan himself. So we wanted to be like him, and we were always at the park mimicking the moves that we seen on the TV the day before. All right, so but the things that I really worked on and what I seen that I needed to be a great basketball player were, or we called it the trifecta. All right, so if you can dribble good, if you can shoot, and if you can pass, that was the trifecta. And even though those are offensive skills, um, and even though those are offensive skills, those are the three things that I concentrate on in order to be a good player, a competent player. All right, so the trifecta in pharmacy, the things that I think that makes a competent medication expert. If you're really good at pharmacy calculations, if you're really good at pharmacotherapy and pharmacology, and you're really good at drug information. All right, so I think these skills make a great medication expert. And when I'm talking about a medication expert, I'm not saying if you acquire these three skills, then immediately you're going to be a drug medication expert, because being a drug expert is a journey, right? So you start that journey in school, and then and even along your practice. Like me, I've been practicing for 20 years, and I'm still reading and taking CEs and learning and doing all these things to keep myself abreast of the healthcare landscape. So I think it's a journey as far as being a medication expert, because these skills are built upon, right? So you become very good at things as you practice them more. So these are the skills that I built on most of my career. All right, so let's talk about pharmacy calculations, right? Calculating doses is very important. It's one of the things that we do on a daily basis. And you see this most when you calculate pediatric doses, when you have calculating doses for cancer, and you're using different demographics like body surface area. Same thing when it comes to renal dosing or calculating loading doses, right? So all those have to do with doses calculations. And then the next thing is preparing pharmaceuticals, right? IV medication, compounding, all different, and also can from a prescription standpoint, just calculating the quantity needed for that prescription or the day supply. All of those are pharmaceutical calculations that we need to master. Number two is I had this preceptor in one of my rotations, and he asked me this question, and this question stuck with me throughout my career. Is this patient a good candidate to be on this drug based on the patient condition? This is the question that I use. This is how I prepare. So when I'm preparing for, say, MI, I'm learning everything about MI so I can answer this question. All right, so it's very, very important to know and understand the basics of a disease state in order to answer or to answer this question. All right, and lastly, drug information. And I just want to emphasize this: you are the drug information. You are the resource. You are the resource that people call upon when it has to do with drugs. Whatever problems that they have and the issues that they have, and whatever technology that's going on that has to do with medication, you are that resource. But that doesn't mean you have to have all the answers. But knowing where to find the answers or knowing where to point people to is very important, right? Knowing how to find the answer for yourself or knowing where to point people in order to point people to, or your colleagues or whoever's answering you the question, a patient, knowing where to point them to so they can get their question answered or get their problem solved. That's very important. So just like I practice the trifecta of trying to be a great basketball player, if you practice this trifecta and you build upon this trifecta throughout in pharmacy school and throughout your years of practice, you will become a medication expert. All right. Lastly, I love this quote by Pablo Picasso. Learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. All right. So when it comes to pharmacy, when you really understand and master the fundamental principles, pharmaceutical calculations, pharmacology and pharmacotherapy, and drug information, if you concentrate on building upon those things and learning the foundation principles and mastering the basics, that will prepare you to a great medication expert. All right, so thank you for joining me today. To start your journey, I have a pharmaceutical calculations review course that will help you master those basics. I'm going to put that in the description. If you're interested, take a look at it. If not, continue on this channel. I'm going to be doing a whole different, this channel is dedicated to pharmaceutical calculations, and I hope it's a benefit to you. Again, like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. All right. Thank you for being with me today.